don't know what happened.
Have I ever told you the definition of insanity? Insanity is doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again, expecting shit to change.
Wait, it was all virtue signaling circle jerk journalism? Always has been.
That is crazy. I played Last of Us back in 2013 when I was 14 years old, and it was just one of the fucking greatest experiences I've ever had with a game. Thing is, when I was a kid, I didn't really play games seriously. I just played them for fun because I was just a kid. It wasn't until I played the Uncharted games. When I got my PlayStation 3, I played the third Uncharted game, and it was just like, wow, it was amazing. And then I went out to get the second one, played that one, and it was also amazing. And then, at that time, my uncle was playing The Last of Us, and he was saying it was so good, and I was like, oh, I have to try this game, So I did, and just like, wow. Just the story, the characters, the music, the graphics, everything was like just top notch. It's like when with Death Stranding, that was like a passion project for just a one person, and everyone else was just half-assing it kind of thing. Just like, whatever, let's just whatever, get this over with. Last of Us is like a passion project that everyone was super, super, super passionate about, and everyone cared. And I played The Last of Us 2. I don't know how many times I played it. I played it 10 times on PlayStation 3 and I don't know, 20 times on PlayStation 4. I don't know. I played it so many times and it never gets old. And I always want to revisit it. It's such a masterpiece of a game, and it's probably my personal favorite game of all time. I know a lot of people say like, oh, Last of Us 2 is not that good, it's a little overrated. Maybe it is a little bit overrated, maybe there are games better than The Last of Us, but just on personal level, that game really hit home with me and really stuck with me. And that's why it's probably just one of my favorite games of all time. Now, 8 years later of waiting, we've been waiting 8 fucking years for this game, and just, is this it? Really? Is this what took you 8 years to make? The plot of The Last of Us Part 2 feels like they just came up with it in the spot. Just like, so what should we do for The Last of Us? Let's do a depressing revenge porn. Yeah, let's do that. What the fuck were they thinking? I am gonna spoil the game. I'm not gonna do, non-spoiler review and then spoiler review. Let's get into the story. The Last of Us Part 2 takes place 5 or 4 years after the first game. Ellie is 19 years old, I think, and she's living in Jackson with Joel, and everything is good. They go on patrols together and shit, and yada yada yada, and stuff like that. They just living the life. And at a party, there's she's hanging out with her friends Jesse and Dina, and she and Dina end up kissing and becoming a TTT. And the next day they go on patrol, and Dina and Ellie go on patrol together, and they are like having Naughty Dog chatter, you know, and characters are walking together and having quirky dialogue. But the difference is when Nathan Drake and Sully are talking, or Ellie and Joel are talking, you just feel the chemistry, you feel the weight of the dialogue and the actors. Thing is, there isn't really a bad dialogue, it's just bad actors in a way. You can write whatever fuck line you want, but if the actor can't put it out rightly, it's just gonna sound bad. When you have two actors and they have to read out these lines, and if they can't do it properly and can't like connect with each other like the character should be, it just isn't gonna come out as good. When it comes down to Nolan North and Richard, who plays Sully, those two just like in real life have good chemistry and good dynamic. They work well together, so when they read the lines, they just work perfectly. And Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker also work really well together, most likely because they're friends. And when it comes to Ashley and the woman who plays Dina, she's in Westworld. She's a full-on radical feminist, and they just don't click at all. You don't feel the chemistry. Their dialogue feels cringe. I just didn't buy anything about them. Every single line when they were having a cutesy romance dialogue, it just felt forced. It felt cringe. I didn't feel like, oh, these two are in love. I just felt like, I feel like somebody is like pushing these two together for like, have a chemistry. Come on, have a chemistry. We need to have a lesbian couple in this game. Come on, have chemistry. Come on, have chemistry. Just doesn't work. So yeah, the chemistry is bad. It's just weak. Anyways, as they go on patrol, we cut to a new character sleeping with a bunch of friends in a kind of like a lounge or like a summer house. It's a woman called Abby, and she wakes up. She stands up and talks to some guy called Owen, and we don't know who these people are. She's like, oh, what are these people? And they're like, okay, I found something. And they go on like this walk and find Jackson, which is the town Ellie and Joe live in. And they're like, it's there. Whoa, it's a whole town. We can't go up against this. And they're like, we have to find this guy. Who are they talking about? Who are these people? Who are they looking for? We don't know. Anyways, this character called Abby decides to go off alone because the others, Owen told her that another female character is pregnant and they can't go up against this whole crowd, so she just goes on and alone. And this is where the tutorial starts, where you like take down the infected and shit. Anyways, you cut back to Ellie and them having cringy dialogue, and then once you're done watching them smoking weed and having cringy sex, you cut back to Abby being attacked by infected and gets saved by Joel and Tommy. Finally, we get to see Joel. Awesome. But we don't get to play as him, but we get to see him. And for some reason, Joel is very trusty. Because, why? Joel has never been the trusty type. He has serious trust issues. That's what you get in 20 years of surviving in this kind of like treacherous world. But he just meets this random woman and she's like, she's like, hey, you guys should come. We need to hide. You should come to my hideout where all my friends are. And they're like, yeah, totally. Why not? And then so they just follow her to her launch with all her friends. He tells her his name is Joel, and she gets this kind of face where she's like, whoa, she's realizing something or something. What is going on? Who is this woman? Anyways, they get to the place, and he reveals his name, Joel, and everybody just goes. And he's like, you act like you heard of her or something. And then just, I don't know, she just comes, because they have, boom, blows his fucking legs. Joel is screaming in agony. Tommy is screaming. They beat up Tommy, knock him up unconscious. She drags Joel to the fucking window and goes, oh, Joel. And he's like, who are you? And she's like, yes. And he's like, say the speech you've been practicing, bitch. And she takes up a fucking golf club and starts just beating the shit out of Joel. Damn, this is fucking ass. Why is Joel so fucking weak in this game? He's like a fucking pussy and he's fucking retarded. What the fuck happened to Joel? Why did they write him like this? They need Joel to die for this revenge story, but they do it in such an insulting fucking manner. When they take this awesome, badass motherfucker from the first game and just turn him into a fucking pussy. Anyways, we cut to Ellie and Dina having cringy sex, talking about their scars. And Ellie tells her about her scar, her bite mark, that she's immune. Dina doesn't believe her and thinks she's just joking. Jesse comes in and tells them that Joel and Tommy haven't shown up, so they go out looking for them. She ends up finding the lodge and finding Joel getting beat up by by She-Hulk, as the internet likes to call her. Holy fuck, that woman is buff. How the fuck do you get that buff in the apocalypse? Oh, she has a gym. There's a gym in her side of the story. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Even if she has a gym, like, I doubt a female can get that fucking buff without help from steroids, or she's just constantly at the gym 24/7 just pumping. What the fuck? And then Abby fucking murders Joel in a fucking gruesome manner, and Ellie's screaming she's gonna fucking kill them and shit. And then we cut to a scene where Tommy and Ellie are talking about getting revenge. In the end, Ellie leaves with Dina for Seattle, and we get this kind of like Seattle day one, and they go through the city finding, like, here's the thing, there are like 8 targets. We have fucking 8 targets. We have Abby, we have this guy called Owen, we have this pregnant chick called Mel, we got this Mexican Latino guy called Manny, we got some guy, and then we got some woman, and then we got another woman called Nora. They're like, and wait, there's someone more. I don't remember some more. 7, 8, I don't know. Fucking few targets anyways. And most of these fucking fuckers die off screen. Just like, we meet the first target and he's dead. Tommy already tortured him. Tommy like left a day before and he's already tortured and killed that guy. And then we find the other targets on his girlfriend, and she's also been killed, not by Tommy, by Scars, who are these cultists in the game. And then we finally meet one guy, and we get to kill him. We stab him in the throat. Who is this guy? Psst, who cares? We just killed him. And then they run off. Then they flee from this militia group called the WLF, Washington Liberation Front. They call themselves the Wolves, and they flee from them and end up in this kind of like theater. And there, like, Dean discovers Ellie's immune, and drama. Who cares? It was boring. It was definitely supposed to be one of the most emotional moments, but I just didn't feel fucking shit. I haven't felt fucking shit since Joel died. I liked the beginning. I was like, damn, I'm vibing with this. I'm feeling this. As soon as Joel was dead, I was just like, I'm dead inside. I feel nothing. Day 2, you hunt down Nora at the hospital. You kill people, and then you kill Nora. I like killing Nora. The game kind of wants you to feel bad afterwards. She's like shaking, like, what have I become? Kind of thing. Like, fuck off. I don't give a fuck. Nora deserved it. I took complete pleasure in beating the shit out of Nora. Fuck Nora. She literally like bragged about Joel's death. She's like, you hear his screams? I do. That bitch fucking deserved it. Fuck you. I'm beating the shit out of you. Relax. It's a video game. I'm just joking. Come on. It's a fucking video game. I'm not talking about beating a real person. Relax. But yeah, the game does this all, what have I become kind of shit thingy. And also on day 2, you also find Jesse. He's in the city with you. You hear there is a trespasser just like you. You're like, oh, it's Tommy. And you go and find out it's Jesse. He joins the team, and actually, I like Jesse. Jesse's fine. I like Jesse. He's funny. He's quirky. I liked when he and Ellie was on screen, when they were having dialogue. I actually was like, yeah, I'm vibing with them. I feel like they have something in common. When Dina and Ellie are talking, it's just like, Dina's like, wow, look at these buildings. They're kind of cool, aren't they? Ellie, yeah, I guess. Such chemistry we have. Right, babe? Alright, Ellie calls her babe a lot, and every time she did, I wanted to fucking shoot myself. Here's the thing. If you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, don't call them babe. Don't. You can call them honey, you can call them sweetie, you can call them sweetheart, you can call them, I don't know what else. But just don't call them, you can call them baby in some situations, but don't call them babe. Babe, it was the babe. Don't fucking do it. You sound like a douchebag jack when you do it. Day 3 in Seattle. Day 3 is very short. You kind of just get this, like, you get the information from Nora that Abby is at the aquarium. You kind of just go on a boat and travel with that. You hear there's a sniper, and you figure it's Tommy. Jesse goes and helps him, and you abandon Jesse and Tommy to go for revenge. But you end up going to the aquarium, and Eppie's not there, but Owen and Mel are there. And you brutally murder them. You also brutally murder their dog. And there's no attention in the scene. They just die, and then the scene is over. I hate that they play this pregnancy card where they're like, oh no, you killed the pregnant woman, you monster. It's a video game. It's a fucking video game. Stop with this, oh my god, you killed the pregnant woman, you monster. Shame on you, player. How dare you kill her? First of all, I didn't fucking kill a pregnant woman. It was a fucking cutscene. And top it off, it was self-defense. Every time the game tries to do this, oh, you monster. The only, like, brutally murder scene is, was Nora, but fuck Nora. And Owen and Mel tried to fucking kill you. You killed them in self-defense. Mel was fucking stupid enough to try to attack you. See, like, Mel is literally one of the most stupidest fucking characters in this game. She's full-on pregnant, but she's, like, later in the game, she's going out in the field with fucking guns and infecteds and war zones, just, like, fighting, jumping on fucking, like pillars and shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're fucking pregnant! Then you go back to the cinema and you're like, oh, I guess we're just gonna leave Eppie alone. I mean, we killed all our friends, but we're not gonna kill Eppie. Huh? Guess we're just done. And then Eppie shows up. She just, bam, kills Jesse. Jesse's dead. Boom. Gone. They don't even fucking talk about him barely ever again. He's like the way, okay, here's something I want to talk about very badly. The way people die in this game, I hate it. In the original game, when a character died, it was this moment that took its time, and you just felt when, okay, this character's dead. Wow, that was a moment, and I felt that moment. This game, it's like, hey, what are you doing? So, are you gonna do something?
My brother? Hell no. He had a real money problem.
What kind of problem?
He didn't lend me any. One time that summer.
This is how characters die in the game. They just, like, insta-die. That's how every fucking character who dies in this game die. They're just having a casual conversation, like la 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 la, and then just, I don't know, bam, their head's blown off. And that character's dead, and the character just runs off, and boom, that character just, like, never existed. I'll talk more about it in the Eppie story. Anyways, Jesse just gets insta-killed. He's having a casual conversation with Ellie, then they hear a little in the hall, and they're like, oh, let's run. They open the door, and just instantly, Jesse's brains gets blown out. He's just dead. And here's Eppie saying, like, Ellie killed all her friend and shit. And then we cut to a flashback. There's a lot of fucking flashback. Thank God. I actually really enjoyed the flashbacks during the Ellie storyline, because then we got to see her and Joel, and Ashley and Troy are just so good together. They still got it, and every single dialogue they say is just perfect. I fucking love every single Joel and Ellie flashback. Anyways, we cut to a flashback 4 years earlier, and it's Eppie. She's not buff for some reason, so it's like, okay, we're gonna get to see how she gets so buffed. She's on like she's looking for her father, who's this doctor at the hospital from the first game, where the first game ended. And turns out Joel, that doctor is the doctor that Joel murdered. So that's why Eppie wants to kill Joel and her friends. They are all ex-Fireflies, and they are angry that Joel took away their, like, life's purpose. So that's their whole thing. They could have made this interesting, but the way they play, here's the thing. They start the game with Eppie murdering Joel. We go through Ellie's whole story, like, holy fuck, I'm gonna kill that fucking cunt. And then they make you play the same days, day 1, day 2, and day 3, all over again, but from Eppie's point of view. And they expect to go, you know what, Eppie's not that bad, but she just fucking murdered Joel. You're never going to redeem this character. You're never going to make me actually care about this character. And I'm not gonna lie, there were moments where I was kind of starting to like Eppie, but then I was immediately pulled back with, oh wait, no, she killed fucking Joel. I just can't. When she was talking with her friends, I was like, you know what? These people are alright. Oh wait, no, they killed Joel. I just can't bring myself to like them. every time I was kinda starting to like them, I always went back, no, wait, they killed Joel. Fuck them. It's like they really try to, like, okay, Abby is the one who beats up Joel, and Manny is the one who spits on him and says, burn in hell. Man, I'm gonna fucking kill Manny. And then they start the game with you, Abby, and Manny just hanging out. Fucking best friends, best bud. Manny, damn, that guy is cool. He's a player. He likes to sleep around. He likes anime. He constantly is referencing anime in this shit. He referenced Princess Mononoke and shit and stuff. Whoa, what an awesome, fun, quirky dude. Oh wait, he killed fucking Joel. I really hated it when they were talking about Joel. Like this moment where Abby and Mel are talking, and she's like, "Are you shaking up about Jackson?" He's like, "Yeah, a little." You didn't like what we did to Joel? She's like, "No, I think he deserved more, but I just didn't know it was gonna be that gruesome." Like, fuck you, bitch! Fuck you, bitch! I can't wait till you die. The dog Ellie kills when she enters in aquarium. Yeah, it's their fucking best buddy. You're this Alice dog. You hang out with that dog a lot in the Abby thing. It's like, oh, what a nice dog. Oh wait, you murdered that dog. No, self-defense. Let's talk about Manny. Like I said, with the character. Here's what I'm gonna talk about characters. They insta-die. There's never barely a moment. You never get to know. There's just no character development. Probably the best character in this game, outside like from Ellie, I guess, is Owen. I actually enjoyed Owen's character. Not only did he not do anything during the Joel murder, but he stopped everyone from killing Ellie and Tommy, and said that they couldn't do it. He seems like a genuinely good person, and he even is starting to question the new group he's in, the Wolves. He doesn't care about this war. He's always killing Scars, but he actually sympathized with one, and he's like, through his story you're starting to see him kinda sympathize with the Scars and kinda wanting to get out of this. I enjoyed that part of his character. He gave him a layer. He wasn't just this one note fucking thing like everyone else was. They try to make Abby so relatable, like, oh, she's afraid of heights. She just jokes around with her friends. She's so caring. She sees those two Asian children who are from this cult religion, and she saves them. Damn, what a nice character. They so desperately try to make you like Abby, just obsessively. Anyways, you go through day one as Abby, and you end up by the end of the day at the Scar Camp, where you meet Lev and Yara, the two new characters. They were in the E3 trailer. I actually liked Lev and Yara. They were interesting. They were interesting bunch, and they weren't fucking like. They weren't horrible people at the start, so I was able to enjoy their character. Just like with Abby, where I was starting to enjoy her, I just immediately pulled by, no, fuck her. Anyways, day one passes, and you go into day two, where you have to go to the hospital, the same hospital where Ellie went day two to kill Nora. You meet Nora just before Ellie shows up. Basically, when you leave the hospital, that's basically the point where Ellie showed up. Anyways, you go in there to look for supplies because Yara is wounded. You need to look for medical supplies. You end up going into the basement and you meet a fucking boss fight. It's basically a Resident Evil boss. It's just like this fucking monster. It's like something you see from Resident Evil. Anyways, I killed the monster and got out, and we end up helping Yara. Enter day 3, where Lev wants to go back to their island and save his mom. He leaves on his own when we chase him and go to his island. This is the same moment where the wolves are about to attack the island. Let's go talk about the boss of the wolves. In the Ellie storyline, we hear a lot about Isaac. We hear a lot of people saying Isaac is not going to be happy about this. Isaac. We see letters written by Isaac. Who is this Isaac? And finally, in the day 1 of Abby, we finally get to meet Isaac. We see him in an interrogation where he's torturing a Scar. Whoa, rude. Who is this man? What made him create the wolves? What inspired him to rebel against the military and then later the Scars? What is this man's story? Well, guess we find out later. Go on to day 3 where we meet him on the island where we betray him, or we decide to be on the Scar side, or like help the kid, and he's like, get away from that Scar. And then he's like, "You're gonna shoot me, Isaac?" And he's like, "Yes." And then just Yara shoots him and he's dead. Again, insta-dead. Who is he? Doesn't matter, he's just dead. Nobody has a fucking character development in this game. People are they're just somebodies, and then they just die. They just introduce a character, you don't learn anything about them, and then they just die in the most out of nowhere way possible. Manny, you're in this sniper mission. Tommy is the sniper and he's a sneak around.
Well, he died doing what he loved. Getting shot.
And when you're just about to get Tommy, just Manny gets insta-killed. And again, Abby just jumps into the next room, hides, like tries to clean his blood off her face, and then just like never talks about him again.
Well, he died doing what he loved. Getting shot.
I'm not joking, she never mentions him ever again. As I was saying, the wolves attack the island at the same time as you're trying to get Lev out of the island. You find Lev in his home where he has murdered his mother after she tried to kill him. The war breaks out. I actually really like this part. It was epic. It was awesome. There's fires. There's gunfire. You get to see wolves and scars fighting, and you're just kind of like in the middle. You can kind of try to sneak away. You can join the fight. It's fucking epic. I loved every moment of it. That was awesome. That was epic. As you get from the island and the wolves and the scars are killing each other, this is the end of both the scars and the wolves. The leader is dead, the scar leader is dead, the wolf leader is dead, the scars are killing each other, scars and wolves are killing each other. It's over. You leave the wolves and you take this kid. Yara dies on the island, she gets shot and then she shoots Isaac and they shoot her. Yara dies and you take Lev. You regroup at the aquarium where you find Alice, the dog, dead, you find Mel dead, and you find Owen dead. Then you find the map that Ellie has in the game, and you see she has marked the cinema. You go to the cinema with Lev, and you ambush Tommy. This is where day 3 at Ellie's point of view ended. We hear like footsteps, boom, 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 come closer. We see the door open. We see Jesse for a brief second, and Abby just shoots him instantly, and he falls to the ground, and then we get a boss fight between where you are Abby and you have to fight Ellie.
Fuck! Don't you fucking run!
You beat Ellie and you fucking beat her to a bloody pulp and you leave her alive. Abby and Lev leave and Tommy goes back to Jackson and Ellie and Dina live on a farm for it's been few months now. The baby that Dina was pregnant with Jesse's baby, and now Ellie and Dina are living on a farm. Ellie is suffering from PTSD. She keeps getting nightmares about Joel, and she still wants revenge. Tommy comes to visit them with Leet and says that he has heard about a really masculine woman traveling with an Asian kid with scars on his cheeks. And she's like, no. But then she's like, yes, I will. She goes, and Dina begs her not to go, but she goes anyway, leaving Dina. Then it's time for the finale. We see Abby and Lev traveling through town, trying to look for remainder of fireflies. They're trying to look for... They think they've been hearing rumors that there are fireflies regrouping or trying to restart something. They try to find them, but end up running into a different group who takes them hostage. This is where we cut to Ellie. Abby and Lev have been hostages for some time now, like one or 2 months. And Ellie ends up finding the group and finding Abby on the beach. Finding Abby on the beach at this new group site. After like going through the whole place, shooting up the place, really epic and awesome. You end up finding Abby on the beach. She looks horrible. She's lost all her muscle. She's become really skinny. She just looks terrible. She decides to cut her down, and Abby cuts down Lev. They go to the sea where there are boats. And Ellie wants to have a fight. We get into this kind of cool boxing match between these two women. It kind of reminded me of the ending of Uncharted 4, where Nathan and Rafe have like this awesome sword fight. But you know, that was epic and cool. This one was kind of just like, I mean, there's just fog and there's just these women doing grunting, moaning, and punching, like they're just doing constant. There's so much grunting and moaning in this game. It's like insane. It's like something. It's like watching an anime. There's just everybody's grunting and moaning. It's fucking like weird at points. Ellie manages to defeat Abby and is about to drown her in the ocean, but then she has like, no, Joe, this is not what Joe would want, and then lets her go and lets him go. It's some stupid symbolism. You see during the flashbacks, which I liked. We see Ellie having her 15th birthday, and Joel takes her to a kind of like a museum full of dinosaur and space stuff. And that was fucking amazing. Of that. In the second flashback, we see them going through this hotel, and we see paintings on walls where they're saying like the paintings are saying, "I killed for them. I did all these horrible things for them. What was it all for?" And then we find this dead body who has committed suicide. And turns out he's a Firefly or an ex-Firefly, and he's written on the wall over a Firefly logo, "Liars." He dedicated his whole life to the Fireflies, and in the end, it was just for nothing. And it's all because of Joel and Ellie. Ellie gets tired and wants the truth. She goes back to that hospital and finds out the truth, that there was potential for a cure. She confronts Joel about it, and he confesses. She gets furious and says she's done with him. She never wants to talk to him again. This is a heartbreaking scene. And this is what leads to the flashback at the party where Dina and Ellie have their first kiss. A guy called Seth kind of comes up to him and he's being like, hey, there's children here. Get away, you fags, you lesps, shit, something like that. And she's like angry. And it's like, what the fuck did you say? But then Joel just comes in and pushes him, and she's like, Joel, fucking embarrassing me. Like, I find it so funny that in the first game, Ellie's 14 years old, and this one she's 19 years old, but she acts more like a fucking teenage brat in fucking Last of Us 2 than she did in fucking the first game, where she should be having all these, Joel, you fucking embarrassing me. She tells Joel to fuck off, and he does. And that's the end of the flashback so far. After the fight with Abby, she lets Abby go. And we're like, why? Why did she let her go? What the fuck? What have we been fucking fighting for this whole time? This is the problem with the story. It's like you go through this very generic, boring ass story that you just don't give a fuck. You spend 20-something hours on it. And then there's just nothing. Nothing at the end. Just nothing. You get no satisfaction for it. Abby and Lev leave and you are all broken and sad. You go back to the farm. Abby ripped off your fingers during the fight. You go to the farm and Dina is gone. Wow, get it? Ellie's biggest fear in life was being alone. And she lost everything. She lost her father figure. She lost Dina. She even lost Tommy because she didn't keep her promise to him about revenging Abby. She lost everything. She can't even play a guitar anymore because of her fingers. She can't do the grip. Wow. Sad. So sad. Wow, Neil. You truly are an artist. fuck you. And then we get the final flashback as he's playing the guitar, trying to play the guitar and fails. We get the final flashback where this is happening the same night as the party, and then next day Joel died. And this is where she confronts Joel, and she says that she isn't sure she can forgive him for what he did, but she wants to try. That's kind of the depressing part about it, is that she said she's been angry at him for a while, and she's like, I am willing to forgive you, try to forgive you and be friends again, but she never gets the opportunity because the next day Joel is brutally murdered right in front of her eyes. And I guess Neil is trying to do some stupid shit where she lets Abby live. She's forgiving Abby, but in a way she's forgiving Joel, I guess. I don't know. It's stupid. It's just nonsensical. Like, why? We want to kill Abby! And the game ends on this very boring note where she leaves the guitar. She leaves it. Why? To walk off to be alone forever. She doesn't deserve anybody. She's alone and broken. Boo-hoo. Fuck off. And the game just ends there. 8 fucking years for this! Okay, I talked a lot about the story. I'm just gonna go through the other things very fast. The music is good. Not as good as the first game. I like the music in the first game better, but the music is still good here. The characters are fucking awful. They're so bad. The only characters I actually gave a shit about was Ellie, and the only character I kinda liked was Owen, but the rest, I just couldn't. I like Jesse. I'll give Jesse credit. I like Jesse, but the way he died was stupid. The way everybody dies is stupid. Everybody just dies in the most stupidest way possible, and you just don't know anything about them. They set up villains, or like Isaac, and then you have to play on his side, but you still don't get to know anything about him. Then he just dies, and then you get Manny. They introduce Manny as an asshole. You don't like him, and then you're like, oh wait, he's quirky. He likes to sleep around with women. He likes anime and drinking. What a quirky guy. Oh wait, he's dead. Or like he goes away. You don't see him for a while, and then you just meet him in that sniper mission, and then he just dies. The characters are just weak in this game. There's no character development. There's no growth. There's just nothing. These characters have nothing. Okay, the gameplay. It's copy-paste from the first game. Completely copy-paste. Is that a bad thing? No. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's fine. I liked it's basically copy-paste and then a little bit enhanced. Otherwise, it's completely the same. I did like the stealth sections. I liked sneaking around in the grass and killing people. It was awesome. And I liked how the game also lets you... In the first game, you kind of are forced to take the stealth route, because when you go into action mode, the action is very clunky. Like the movement, how Joel moves is very clunky, and the space you're in is very tight. So when you go into gunfights, it's very like, you really like, oof, it's really clunky at point. But in Last of Us 2, it's enhanced very well. You can be in stealth, and you have such big areas, so you can be very like flexible. And if you go into gunfights, you have so much space to play around with. So the action, when you go into full guns blazing action mode, it feels good. It's much better than the first game when you went. In the first game, I just don't go gun blazing in the first game, because the first game is so like stealth. You just have to go stealth. If you try to go guns blazing, you're gonna waste a lot of ammo and just you're gonna lose supplies. One criticism I have also with the gameplay is the laziness in the level design. They pretty much just copy paste everything from the first game. Hey, remember in the first game where you go, after you leave Pittsburgh and the sewers, you're with Henry and Sam, and this sniper thing happens? Remember that? Let's do it again, but bigger. Hey, remember that time when you, Ellie, and Tess went into that big building and they were infected in it? Let's do it again, but bigger. Hey, remember that awesome boss fight Ellie had with David in the first game? Let's do it again, but bigger. Also, what I don't like is, I really don't like the level design in this game. Every single like set piece or like set you happen, like where you have to go through, it's pretty much just copy pasted from the first game. Like I said, big tall building. Hey, remember that time Joel and Ellie went down into like a subway tunnel? Well, you do it again, but bigger. That's the answer. They basically just go, hey, remember all those set pieces we had in the first game? Let's do them all over again, but bigger. Sniper mission, but bigger. Boss fight where you have to sneak around and try to get behind your target, but bigger. subway zombies bigger, tall building zombies bigger. Just so lazy. And then everything else aside from the set pieces is just, okay, here's a big area, walk around, go into buildings and collect supplies. Oh, here's a smaller area, but still you can go into buildings and collect supplies. Oh, here's a big area, and oh, enemies, kill them, okay, and now you can walk around and collect supplies. Okay, go into the next area. Okay, that's a small area. You have to do a little bit of puzzle there. Okay, go into the big, okay, another big area where you have to look for supplies. Okay, now go into that building, and oh, zombies, kill them. Okay, now you can search the area and supply. Okay, go into this area here. It's a small area, more puzzles, and then you go up again into a big area, and oh, more enemies, kill them, and then you go into a small area, and then you go into big area, and then zombies, and then you go into small area, and big area, and small area, enemies, small area, oh, and you arrived to the set piece that we have planned. This is the fucking game! I'm not joking! You just go through small area, big area, zombie area, enemy area, repeat like 10 times, and then you go into the set piece, which the whole, like, your destination. It's so boring! That is probably one of the biggest sins of this game. It is fucking boring and repetitive. It's so boring and repetitive. I was so bored out of my mind at points playing this game. Holy fuck. This game is not terrible. I can't say that because the graphics are fucking amazing. The gameplay is good. And the set design is good, though it's really boring and repetitive and just copy-paste. The set design is still good, and the locations you visit are very beautiful and really cool, even though they are boring at points. And the music is good, and the gameplay feels good. The worst thing about this game is the story. It's so weak, it's so boring, and it's just so, in your face with its message. Revenge bad. Thank you, Neil. I've never heard that message in fucking revenge thrillers ever before. Oh wait, I have, in every single fucking one. I'm sorry for ranting so much about this game. Like, the first game is so important to me, and this game just so broke me. Just broke me. I will give The Last of Us Part 2 a 5 out of 10. It's closer to a 6 than a 4. But it's very, very, very mediocre. Very mediocre. Thank you for watching. I kind of felt like this was necessary to do this because I did those 2 Last of Us 2 memes, and they are my most popular video. Holy shit. So I kind of felt I should do this little rant here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Probably not. What is this? Like almost an hour or something? At least the audio recording is 52 minutes. Anyways, thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you again in more videos, story-based videos, and more traditional videos. Bye-bye.